Netflix, you don't need cable. Hop on YouTube, welcome to the hood table, where we chop up local and global events vocally. You don't really wanna miss out on these conversations. Just joke a little, laugh a little, get that wine in your system, fill your glass a little. Expose current events, talk trash a little. You never know, these opinions might clash a little. They addicted to the content, got them binge watching. You don't like it, then you want invited. Bet your friends watching in the house or in your job parking lot before you clocking. They don't wanna miss a second of this HT content. Everybody think they got something to say, so it's an open invitation, bring it to the table. But if you come whack, just know we ain't buying in. We gon' probably turn you back and tell you sorry, try again, Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Hood Table one more again. I hope everybody had a wonderful night. I hope the entire weekend has been wonderful for you. And I know we are looking forward to a new work week. Some of us have to work today, including me. And I thought I'd get on here and give my little 2 cents on some things that I seen last night before I have to get to work as well. But what's up? Let me say hello to, let me grab something to drink first. Excuse me, thank you. You know how you all wake up in the morning and have some voice issues, thirsty. I got coffee here and water, but come on in, everybody. Make sure you like and share the video, please, and thank you. Hey, Ashton. What up, Zero Lightness? What up, Robin? What up, Chakra King? Who else in here? What up, White Tanya? And Real Mamas. Hey, Real Mamas, how you doing? Shout out to everybody who's first down in the chat. Drop down and get your eagle on. Feel free to drop down some comments or your opinions or whatever we discuss. And also I have the link hit. I got about 2 hours to spare before I got to clock in. So again, I'm just going to get in where I fit in this morning because I know a lot of people is probably going to be live earlier, especially after a lot of the things we saw last night over there at the Playhouse. Okay. Hey, Leo, how you doing, beautiful? Looking forward to your challenge, your charcuterie board. You know, Leo, let me tell you something, Leo. I have a charcuterie board. It is really, really cool. And I got it for a housewarming gift when I bought my house like 4 years ago. And it came from one of my supporters, subscribers on here. And when I got that board, all I thought was I'm supposed to put some cheese on here, some crackers, you know, stuff like that. It didn't hit me until all these TikToks and all that stuff about charcuterie boards, and I started seeing them everywhere. And I was like, that's what I'm supposed to do with that damn thing. That's what all these spoons and little cups for and all this shit on here. And I got a really nice one. I don't know how much they paid for that shit, but it's really nice. It is really heavy and thick, nice, beautiful wood. I actually posted it one day on my I posted it on my wall one day. That was when I think, who was it? ODS had his challenge, and I had posted mine. I said, okay, now I know what to do with this after watching y'all and seeing Leo. I mean, y'all did a good job, but Leo definitely inspired me to use that charcuterie board. So who knows? Who knows? But anywho, what up, Miss LA? How y'all doing? You guys, first of all, I want to say, shout out to those of you who can hang in there with Lemon all night, because I be trying. I always go to sleep to Lemon because it makes great white noise. And sometimes when I wake up in the middle of the night and can't get back to sleep, you know, it can be entertaining at times depending on where you fall back into the video at. But last night, I think I hung on for about, I don't know, I hung in there for a minute yesterday because he started early. So I did hang in there for a minute, maybe 4 hours, maybe 4, 5. I can't remember. But I think Lemon started at like 7. And I think I was there till about midnight, maybe. So yeah, I think I did good last night. And then I fell asleep. And then I woke up this morning and I was like, child. I swear to God, Lemon, I swear to God, it's like a roller coaster over there. Sometimes it's like highs and lows and ups and downs. One minute you feeling sad and sorry for somebody. The next minute you want to cuss somebody out. The next minute you want to like scream and shout. The next minute you're having fun and you're laughing and joke. I swear it's like, wow. It's a lot can go on in that amount of time. Hey VS, how you doing, love? What's up? Come on in, you guys. Make sure you like and share the video. And but yes, you work overnight. See, that might be great if you work overnight and you have one of those jobs where you can have your earpiece in your ear, or maybe play like your computer or laptop or phone on your desk, you know, if you don't have to be around people and stuff. Because Lemon's Live is not that type of live you want to be playing while you're around people, right? Okay. So, but yeah, so last night, first of all, Krista and Lemon, let's take it back another episode before that. Krista and Lemon had broken up again, right? A lot of us still don't believe anyway that their relationship is real. And I was cracking up yesterday because when Seven kept saying, okay, whatever. Anyway, like, because it's like nobody believes their relationship is real. For the people who do believe they're real, I think we guys are just desperate for storylines. I mean, it's entertainment. It gets us clicks and views. It feeds the street. So it's like, whatever. But when they broke up this most recent time, it was because Terry P was involved, and Terry P had hit Sir King's panel, and I guess they was asking her about Krista, and I guess she said some words about Krista, and Krista said some words about her, and then Terry P, and I didn't even know, they told me that Terry P got a mod stick at Lemon House, at the Playhouse. I was like, what? The ex got a mod stick? Okay, anywho. But, anywho. Hey, Kimberly Black, what's up? Good morning. Shout out to the O, to the N, to the E. What up, boo? But yeah, so anyway, they have broken up because Terry P, I mean, not Terry P, but Krista, once hearing that Cole might be starting his morning show again, she had said, is it okay if I be over there on the show with you guys again? And a lot of people did not know that Krista was on the show over there. Lemon even claims he didn't know that she was on the show over there, and that part was hard to believe because he the one who brought the motherfuckers over here. The first, is it too early to cuss on a Sunday? Is it I know it's too early to drink on a Sunday. We gotta wait till noon, but is it too early to cuss on a Sunday? Anyway, he brought the motherfuckers over here, and I'm like, you didn't know that she was over. Anyway, I knew, and I don't even watch Cole like that. And I knew, no shade to Cole, because he has supported my chats before. You know, he's been in my chats before in the past. But I didn't really watch them like that. But I knew she was over there. Anyway, what up, Diva Styles? Anyway, so she asked, could she, join them again once they get started? And Lemon was like, for what? Where? Who? What? When? And why? And then she goes, with her little voice, because I just used to be over there. That really low, sexy, meek, shy, innocent voice that she does, And he was like, oh, okay. All right, bitch. Okay. I don't know why it was a big deal. Just looking at everything that's happened on Lemon's panel, looking at all the storylines he's been involved in, looking at all the women he's been involved in, looking at just all the chaos and foo-la-la and kerfuffles that he's been involved in, that just took him to the point where he was playing tit for tat. Oh, you want to play them games? All right. How about I hit up Terry P and have her over here helping me host my show while you go over there and help Cole host his show? How about that? Man, now let me tell you something. I ain't gonna hold you. Like the title of my video in my Lemon voice, I ain't gonna hold you. If that was a real relationship, and I was Krista, if that was a real relationship and I was Krista, yeah, I would have been upset. And I'm saying, hypothetically speaking, This is a real relationship. But because most of us don't believe that this is a real relationship, and it seems like every time something else goes on in the YouTube beef sector atmosphere, they come out with a new crazy storyline. I ain't gonna hold you. Every time things get a little dead or a little boring over there and something else pop on in another part of the beef sector, something big goes on over there. And it's usually him breaking up or her breaking up or they arguing about some dumb shit. And like that one day when she was over there screaming and yelling at him when he was bringing the newest people over there with that male, that white lady, that Caucasian, that English woman, when he was supposed to be bringing that sector over, and they didn't come in till like 5-6 hours into the show, and J Dunn was up there and she was upset because he asked her to host and they didn't show up. And remember the first like hour or two, just Krista was screaming and yelling at him and stuff like they was. We know this shit is a show, right? Okay, so it's always something. As soon as it dies down again, if something else pop off again, it's just it's okay. They got to keep this storyline entertaining. They got to keep us engaged, right? So when they break up, trust they gonna make up by the next day, later that night. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, this recent breakup, I even thought that one would last a little longer because of what he did. Because everybody knows that he loves Terry P. He loves Terry P. But sometimes, listening at Lemon, and if this was hypothetically a real relationship, sometimes listening to Lemon, if I was his woman, like Krista, I would be insecure. Why? Because Lemon's whole attitude, his whole demeanor, his whole everything changes every single time that woman hits the panel. Every single time that woman's name is mentioned, his whole attitude, his whole demeanor, his spirits just, there's something in him that is much different than what we see with him in Krista. Okay? And that's why a lot of people still think that Lemon, if given the opportunity, he would drop Krista at a motherfucking hat. If given the opportunity. I even heard Lemon say the other night, if things were different and she wasn't married, he said this is what Lemon said. He said if she wasn't married, things would be different. What does that mean? There would be no Krista. There would be no storylines, no fake relationship storylines. There would be a real relationship storyline. And they both out there by each other. Child, it ain't nothing but a hop, skip, and a drive. If she wasn't married. They broke up last night and they made up, then they broke up, then they might be broke up again. Because after I saw her come back on the panel, and Lemon was trying to explain, why he said what he said about Terry P, about her always being in men's faces, and this, that, and the third. And she just was like, okay, I understand. This morning, the last I saw on there, she was talking to Honest Row. And was that Honest Row? Yeah, I think that was Honest Row. Yeah, she was talking to Honest Row. And Honest Row was asking some good questions this morning, because for y'all who didn't see it, this morning, after all the shit that went down last night, we're going to talk about J Dunn too, child. We're going to talk about her too. But after all the shit that went on last night, this morning, when I woke up, went in the bathroom, washed my face, you know, what you're supposed to do every morning, I was hearing Lemon cussing and going off at just Krista. I'm like, hold up. Didn't last night she just say she wanted to give it another try? She understands where she went wrong. She knows what not to do anymore to piss Lemon off and things like that. Stuff that you hear from a naive teenager, a young girl who's in their first relationship with the finest motherfucking boy on the block. with the finest motherfucking boy in the school, with the finest motherfucking boy in the hood. You know, you got that boy, you shy, you timid. He looked at you out of all the other girls around. And you try to do everything to keep him happy because you don't know any motherfucking better. Right? And he just treats you and talks to you any fucking way that he will. Right? That's what it gives me. That's what it gives me. And it's like everybody keeps saying Lemon don't like you. Lemon don't want you. Lemon is just like, I think what people got right is that this started off as a storyline, and maybe she did develop feelings for him. Maybe. I'm not too sure. I don't know because, again, I think it's all fake anyway, but maybe she did develop some feelings for him, and maybe she feels like, oh, damn, I didn't put myself out here on Front Street. I didn't put this show on for all these people. So every time he do certain things, I'm either going to sit here and take it and look like an old abused soul, or I'm going to fight back and argue and, you know, keep just to keep people engaged because you know you looking bad out here, sis. You know you looking bad out here. You gotta know you looking bad out here. It's so sad to watch. It's so sad to watch, but we keep watching like a horrible ass reality show. We just keep watching like it's gonna get better. It's gonna get better. We just keep watching, and when there's not a lot of things going on in the sector, some of us might watch less than others, and some of us might only tune in when we hear that something, you know, some shit happened, and some of us don't watch at all. Some of us don't watch at all. Now, as a content creator, I know a lot of y'all content creators can understand that sometimes you make sacrifices for your channel in order to get content. It's like, well, shit, everybody else watching it. Everybody else is making content. Everybody else is getting that bag. Everybody else is, you know what Jay Wilson used to say back in the day? Money on the flow, money on the flow. Do y'all remember that? For y'all people who really been in the B sector, for the grip, for the griznip, y'all remember Jay Wilson used to always say that? Money on the flow, money on the flow. Hey, money on the flow. Mm-hmm. That's when Jay Wilson was always talking about if it don't make dollars, it don't, you know, coins keep me near. Coins? Shit. I'm going to tell you, a lot of soul sister, a lot of people don't act like that as a teenager, but a lot of people do. A lot of people do. Shoot. Teenage girls be running away from home, moving in with their boyfriends, having their babies, getting beat on, getting hooked on drugs. I mean, there's all kind of shit. All kind of shit. Letting their boyfriend have all kind of women, a harem full of women and shit when they teenagers or young adults. It does happen. It don't happen with everybody. No, we're not all the same. But, you know, that's what it is. That's what it is. All money ain't good money. Absolutely. Absolutely. Money on the flow. Yes, Jay Wilson used to say, y'all get that money. Y'all see that money out there on the flow? Shit, it's around the holidays too. Shit, everybody gonna be doing their little storylines. They gonna be making up beefs. They gonna be beefing for dollars. They gonna be spinning narratives. You know, we used to this shit, right? We used to this shit. It's the B sector. But anyway, but she do be making herself look bad. But when he said that shit about therapy, if that was a real relationship, I would have been upset too. Because I would have been like, oh damn, okay. But what would have made me upset first, what wouldn't even keep me in the relationship first, was how many times I hear him say, I love her, I love her, I love her, I love her, I love. I know it's YouTube. And I know we can have friends. We can have male friends. We can have female friends. I noticed somebody asked in the chat the other night, they said, damn, Lemon can't have friends. They said Lemon can't have friends. And yeah, of course people can have friends. You know, some people are really jealous though, and they don't like for their mate, their partner to speak to people outside. I actually had a situation. I told y'all before, I had a situation where I was dating this guy. And he told me once we get real serious, I'm gonna have to stop talking to guys unless they're my cousins or brothers, uncles, dad, shit like that, right? Now, mind you, I used to have this group. It was a grown folks group. It was a social group, not like a bikers club or nothing like that, but we used to really kick it. We used to go to places together. We used to have parties. I mean, get-togethers, barbecues, birthdays, holiday parties. I mean, Secret Santa. We used to do everything. Everything. Okay, go to movies together, go bowling. I mean, everything. And it really slowed down over the Rona. It really slowed down over the Rona. But I mean, in this group was like 10 years strong, right? And our social, and it was also on Facebook. We had our group on Facebook so that we could communicate and stuff. And there was a lot of guys in there, a lot of girls in there, a lot of guys. And so I interacted with guys all the time. He started to not like that shit, right? So anyway, make the long story short, the shit ended. You ain't about to tell me who the fuck I can and cannot talk to. Talking about you gotta delete all them niggas' phone numbers out your phone and whoop 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 whoop, including like my best friends, my guys I've been knowing for years. Like, and I ain't known you as long. Like, is you crazy? That was the end of that. And our relationship was so tough. I remember my sister, the one who recently moved to New York. She was like, for real, I can't believe it says, no, you didn't break with him. Tell me what really happened. Tell me what really happened. Did he cheat on you? Did he something? Because she know I don't deal with cheaters. I would drop them faster than a bad child. But I'm like, no, that's all it was. She was like, no, I can't believe. Nobody could believe that we broke up. And it was simply because he told me I couldn't have any guy friends. I'm a grown ass motherfucking woman with 2 motherfucking kids that what? You ain't about to tell me I can't have no friends, okay? That are guys, okay? But anyway, shit. Anywho, I digress. So what I'm getting at is, even though she said that shit to him, and even though some guys are and can be really jealous, what he said back to her was like the icing on the cake for me, if I was his woman, because I done already heard him say he loves her. And when Lemon say he loves her, he also always says, I'm not in love with her. But you can just tell there's a big difference in his spirit when Terry P is in his presence. The way they talk to each other, it's like we shouldn't even be watching. It's like two people having I don't know, pillow talking or something like that, and we're intruding. That's how I feel every time I listen to Lemon and Terry P, how they talk. And then on top of that, he says if she wasn't married, it would have been a different story. So that means it's just certain things you don't say around your mate. Now, if he was with his homeboys or nowhere around her, he was like, hey, man, if Terry P, if she wasn't married, man, I'll be in that shit. I'll be in there. Somebody be having a stepdaddy. You know, you know what I'm saying? But to be saying all the things about Terry P right in her face, and she just be sitting there like a bump on a log listening. So when he said the shit about, well, maybe I should have Terry P come back and help me do commentary every day, that for me, if it was a real relationship, would have been the cake, you know, the icing on the cake. And y'all know I'm a personal custom decorator, so icing on the cake. That means a lot more coming from somebody like me, right? That means that's it. That's all she wrote. The fat lady has sung. Okay. The red curtains have closed. But nope. Krista shows up last night on his show. I won't say she was groveling or anything like that, but she was being really, what's that word? What's that word, y'all? That word when people are so used to being spoken to harshly or abused, and they're attached to that person, and what is that word, y'all? And I'm not saying he's abusing her or beating her or nothing like that. I mean, hell, they ain't even in the same state. But y'all know what I'm talking about. It's like, okay, let me just fast forward. To earlier this morning. So I woke up this morning And what I hear was Lemon going the entire fuck off on Krista. Now I fell asleep to her saying, I want to be back with him. I know what I did wrong. I know where to make changes. I know how to be a good girlfriend. And stuff like that, right? So then I wake up this morning and she's over there like getting cussed out. Because, and mind you, Honest Bro was getting on my nerves because he came. You know how people come in and they don't know what happened, and after we didn't already talked about it, everybody already know what's going on. Then here he come. Well, what happened for then? What she say? What he say? How did it happen? What you do? What you do? And already Lemon was already pissed off. And Honest Road wanted her to go through everything that just pissed him off. And she's trying her hardest to say, I don't want to talk about it. Just don't worry about it. Just leave it alone. It is what it is. Just she's trying her hardest to not talk about it. But what had happened was Simon was on the panel. And Simon, I can't stand his ass, his interrupting ass. It's certain people that be interrupted. It's like 5 of them. Big time interrupting when people be talking, and he's one of them. Anyway, I guess he was over, how Simon has spun that narrative or put that shit out on the streets, that Lemon and him be talking behind the scenes, and that Lemon was supposed to come to see him and come kick it with him or get flued out or whatever, and that Lemon was gonna be his kid's stepdaddy and all kind of shit like that, right? I mean, you can believe the shit if you want to. But anyway, I guess Lemon had, and I didn't hear this, but Lemon, from what he was saying, he had already talked to Simon. He cussed him out about that and whatever. So just Krista brought it up early this morning at the crack of dawn, while Lemon was obviously either really, really sleepy or really, really drunk. And it's absolutely, I ain't gonna hold you, it's absolutely those times that he should end the live. Everybody was telling him last night. I mean, it was a lot of people really frustrated with him because of his last live and how it went down because he went to sleep, including Jay Dunn. And some people hit the panel to get him some advice, some encouragement, some tips, things like that. Some people said you need managing minds. Some people said you need not to drink so much, but we've been saying that forever. It's okay to have 1 drink a night or 2 drinks a night. You ain't got to drink for 9, 10, 11, 12 hours straight. And then Mother even hit the link last night and said, no, what you do is fuck all that shit. Fuck all them tips and shit that everybody giving you. When you feel tired, end the fucking live. If you feel too drunk, end the fucking live. Because it can happen easy. You be up there. I told y'all what happened to me a couple of years ago when I was on here live and I was tipsy and I didn't realize how tipsy I was. And I told my chat and the people who was on my live, it was my bro and it was some of my good Judies. And I don't know who else. And I said, I got to use the bathroom. I'll be right back. Hold it down for me, right? I went to the bathroom, did my business, washed my hands, went into my bedroom, got in my jammies, and went to bed. And woke up the next morning like, you know how you wake up and you like, or something just hits you like, damn. And you start thinking like, why something don't feel right? And I just sitting there thinking, and I'm just like, and I just immediately just hit me like a ton of bricks. And I took off. I flew through the house. I flew down the hall. I flew to my office, and I looked at my laptop. And I realized the live was ended. But I know, it hit me that I know that I fell asleep. I'm like, how the fuck I fall asleep? It just hit me then. And so I went back and I looked at the live. And I said, how the live end if I didn't end the live? And can you end the live without ending the live? I mean, I'm thinking the live is still going on hours and hours and hours later. And so I guess, I don't know if it's YouTube or whatever, but the live ended somehow. It ended somehow. And I went into my YouTube studio to see exactly how long it lasted before it ended. And basically I had went to sleep. My host or co-host was still on the panel. They was talking, shooting the shit. Then they started laughing and shit. Like, I don't know where the fuck she at. I don't know what happened. Maybe her connection bad. Maybe she went to sleep. They didn't know what the fuck happened. And they just sat there talking for maybe another hour or so. And then finally they said, well, I don't know where she at. I guess we just gonna go. And they left. That was a one-time incident. It never happened again. Some of y'all didn't even know anything about it. Some of y'all just now hearing about it for the first time. Why? Because I learned my lesson. Anything could have happened to my channel that day. Thank God I had people on there. It was my bro. It was, and he definitely, y'all, if y'all know my bro, he definitely ain't with the fuck shit. So he would have, But anyway, that's what happened. It never happened again. Never. With Lemon, this has happened so many times, too many times to count. And even though it hasn't been a lot over the last few weeks or last few months, it's still in our memory because he only had his channel for what, 8-9 months? Compared to some of us who's had our channel for years. So that's a lot, compared to other people who's been having channels for a long time, right? So I understand the frustration why a lot of people was pissed off and mad about it, right? But anyway, to bring this to this morning again, let's bring it back around. And Lemon had got pissed off at Krista because she had heard that Simon was back spreading that shit around or talking that bullshit about Lemon coming to see him and whatever, right? And so Lemon started getting pissed off, like, why the fuck is you bringing this shit up? Why the fuck? I done already talked to that. I done cussed him out so many times. I done this, I done that. Why the fuck is you bringing this shit up? And she was like, well, I'm just letting you know. I'm just trying to let you know what he's doing, what he's still doing after you told him to stop. He's still out there doing whatever, saying whatever about you and him on different people panels, which to me, I would think Lemon would want to know. If somebody was out there, male or female, talking about, yeah, they gonna be with me and I'm about to come see them and I'm gonna be with them and I'm gonna be they baby's new mama and woo woo woo. I would want to know, even if it is a lie, because you got this motherfucker on your panel all the time, right? And when you're not around, they still spreading these storylines about you and them. So if I was Lemon, I would have been like, okay, all right, I'll handle it. All right, whatever. But anyway, he went off. He started calling her, she hates to be called Chrysler, right? He started calling her Chrysler and other type of names that she don't like. I mean, he was going off. He was cussing her out. I mean, it was bad. It was bad. So, Honest Bro, somebody called him Dr. Rowe in the chat. Honest Bro was talking to Just Krista at a time where I was thinking maybe Lemon was dozing off or he might be getting sleepy or I don't know, because he was really quiet. After that, he kind of got quiet on Lemon's part. And it was just Krista and Honest Bro talking. And Honest Bro didn't understand what happened. He didn't even know they had broke up. He didn't even know that. He's like, is y'all really in a relationship? Are y'all really boyfriend and girlfriend? Like, are y'all really? Like, seriously? And Honest Bro is like, is this real? So anyway, while Honest Bro is trying to talk to her, she's just like, it's okay. I know what I did wrong. I know what to do right. Don't worry about it. I just thought he wanted to know. I mean, it's like a little cat purring. This little cat purring. That like just begging for forgiveness. That's what it just always seems like she's begging for forgiveness. And it's just so hard. It was so cringeworthy. I'm walking around the house. I'm making me coffee. I'm listening because I got the shit on Bluetooth and it's blasting through the house. Ain't nobody here but me this morning. So I can blast my shit through the house early in the morning. And I'm like trying to do stuff, trying to take care of stuff before I got to start my work day. And I'm hearing this shit and good morning, Deanna. Y'all, good morning, Terry. You said it's becoming a Jerry Springer show at this point. Only thing missing is Steve and some midgets. Steve, some midgets, and a couple of twin blondes with 55 triple Z boos, right? Running across the stage in bikinis. That's all we missing. And some ghetto ass bitch fighting. Two ghetto bras fighting, right? Oh my God. Hey, Happy Life. Hey, Happy Life. I saw you in the back, Happy Life. I was about to bring you on. I was just trying to finish my story, but I'll drop the link for you in a second, Happy Life. Or I'll tell you when they come back up, Happy Life. Mike Lewis, what's up? How you doing? He needs a healthy sleeping. I mean, the only thing I could contribute to why he can do that or how he's still kind of young. He's in his 30s. He's still kind of young. He don't have no children. He don't have nobody running him ragged all day. I mean, I don't know what he does, literally through the day. But he don't be running ragged and all that kind of, run behind kids. And he probably still has a lot of energy, probably has just, a lot of energy. You know what I'm saying? But let me make sure this is honest. I mean, not honest road, Happy Life. Hold on, y'all. But if y'all haven't listened to the end of Lemon, y'all need to listen. Happy Life?
What's up? What's up?
Hey, how you doing, boo? Let me give me 1 second, okay, boo?
All right.
So, hey, Trezor, good morning. I was just talking about you, Trezor, and what you had to say to Lemon last night. I was like, Trezor was like, fuck all this shit they trying to tell you in the motherfucking live. When you get tired, when you get sleepy, in the motherfucking live. That's it. That's all. That's it. That's all. And it was a couple times last night where I said this will be a good opportunity for Lemon to end his live. This will be a good opportunity for him to end his live. But anyway, anywho, I don't know. I didn't stay to the end. I just stayed enough to hear what he said to Krista and how Honest Roe was trying to intercede. And Honest Roe was really trying to get into, sounds logical, right, Deanna? Mm-hmm, that part. And so Honest Roe was really trying to get in just Krista's head because Honest Roe, he's sitting there baffled like the rest of us, like, why do you keep dealing with this? What is going on? I mean, it's just hard to watch. It's hard to understand. It's hard to believe that a grown ass woman of that age would be acting like this on display for thousands of people to see. And he just couldn't understand. He was like, he just talked to you like that and you still want to be with him? He just called you names like that and you still want to be with him? And she's just like, I know what I did. I know it. Once again, I know what I did. I know what I did. Oh no, Trezor, I don't think so, Trezor. But then again, I didn't stay to the end. But at one point in time, when Ro was talking to Krista this morning, Lemon was silent for a long time. For a long time. I don't know if he was asleep. He could have been just sitting there listening. But I was just thinking, this will be a perfect time to end the video before he fell asleep. But again, he could have just been sitting in the cut. I don't know. But I mean, that would have been a perfect time to go to sleep. When I get tired on here, like I said, I learned my lesson years ago when I fell asleep and left all y'all up here on my panel. Deanna might remember that shit. I went to the bathroom, said I'd be back, and went straight to fucking bed. And forgot about everybody that's on this motherfucker. But yeah, again, that was a one and done. Never happened again. Never happened again. And that was probably about 3 years ago when that shit happened. But yeah, never happened again. But anyway, it's a lot. It's a lot. Deanna laughing at me. Yeah, that happened. It happened to me once some years ago. But anyway, Happy Life. What's up? How you doing? Because I want to talk about the shit with Jay and him, Jay Dunn. But if you want to add anything to the Just Krista and them, go ahead.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that Cole guy, like Cole's like, I'll be back. Da 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 da. I got a spot for you or something.
Yeah,
And
hold
Krista's
on
like,
1 second. Okay, Spiller Boy. Okay. I just want to make sure it was you. All right, I'm gonna bring Spiller Boy on. Hey, Spiller Boy. Hey, James. Hey, mother. You got too many names. Crazy on.
Mother, what's up, mother? What's going on?
Hey, boo. Hey, boo. I'm gonna let you chime in as soon as he finish. Okay.
All right.
All right, babe. Okay,
So yeah, you remember that thing with that Cole guy, and Krista's like, "Do you still got that same spot?" And then Lemon was like, "What the fuck are you doing, Krista?" And then Krista's like, I'm just doing da da da." And
Yeah,
then Lemon's like, "Well, I'll bring Terry P back." And then Krista's like, "This is what the fuck we're gonna do." really? This is what we gonna do? And Chris was like, and Women's like, it is what it is. It's just as the world turns. So that's all I got on that. Y'all got it.
Yeah, yeah, and I did discuss that earlier in the show, but yeah, that's when I was saying if I really thought this was a real relationship and I was in her shoes, I would have bounced maybe 3, 4 times ago when I heard certain things like, yeah, I still love her. If she wasn't married, it'd be a different story. I'd probably be, I would have been a left. But that one right there was like would have topped the cake for me. But anyway, welcome, Corio. Good morning, boo.
Good morning. Hi,
Hey.
Mother.
Hey, Corio. Good morning, baby.
Good
Oh,
morning.
we got more people hopping on. I'm gonna let Mother go, and then I'm gonna make sure this is. Let me make sure this is real Fifi before you go, Mother.
Yeah, it's me. It's
Okay,
me.
baby. All right, all right. So everybody go on mute while Mother talk.
Mama Fifi. Hey. Okay, so here's the thing. I said what I had to say to Lemon, and Lemon, me and Lemon go way, way back. So, Lemon, he listens to me a little bit, and I knew he would hear me out. I don't know that he'll do what I said, but I knew he would hear me out. I just wanted to put it in the air because nobody was actually saying that, which was shocking to me. That nobody would say, just turn it off. So, but I clocked a few people saying, no, you don't want to miss them clicks and views. Listen, if you've been on for 8 hours, that ninth hour is not going to make that much of a difference. Greed will end your turn early. Remember, I talked about everybody get a turn. Well, not everybody, but some people will get a turn. It don't last forever for most people.
Right.
You get your turn. Greed will end your turn early. And Jay Dunn said it best when she was telling Lemon, I ain't sitting up here making money for you while you sleeping.
Thank you.
So that was the cue. I'm like, I hope you're listening to her. I hope you're listening to her because that type of attitude will transfer right into the type of behaviors that she gave to Vic last night. Did y'all see when she got pissed off with Vic and she started going in there plucking off all his
Yep.
subscribers?
Yep. Yep.
So if somebody like Jay Dunn tells you, I'm not going to sit up on your platform and make money for you while you go to sleep. I mean, I understand that. I'm fully in support of Jay Dunn for that because neither would I. But you just get on down and leave. But she didn't just get down and leave, did she?
Of course not.
She seemed to be very pissed off, didn't she?
She
So
was beyond pissed off. But I felt her too when Jay Don said that. I don't think anybody ever thinks of it that way. Some of us probably do, but I never thought of
every
it.
content creator should. Every content creator should. People don't like when you say it because I've said, and I don't have no problem with saying it. Anytime I grace anybody's platform, I'm giving you something.
Amen.
I'm giving you something. And you can like me or don't like me, but the truth is the truth. Every time I push my button, somebody's coming to see what I got to say. Anytime that I get up on your platform, I am donating myself to you.
It's a
And that's
privilege.
just the way it is, because I could entertain it, huh?
It's a privilege to have you or any of the other OGs, but yes, I absolutely understand because you are one of the people in the sector who brings the most views, and a lot of people appreciate you for that, and it's a pleasure and a privilege to have you on the panels.
Yeah, and I don't need to be praised or anything like that. It's just the fact.
It is what it is.
It's the facts. If I go a lot of places, I go. If I'm sitting there and I'm like, well, I got something to say, and then I go to my platform, it might clear theirs out. You know what I mean?
And
So
that's what I'm trying to say. You don't. It ain't like we praising you, and I hope people. Somebody gonna take it that way. Oh,
you know they will. They're gonna get. They're gonna come. But
but it
that's what
ain't
they
what
do.
it is. You bring numbers. That's the bottom line. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy y'all, and that's why I do. I like being around the people. I like being able to mingle with the people. That's part of what I do. Now, I don't, if you don't act right, I'll show out with the people too. But I got what she was saying, but she was too invested. Ain't nobody coming to her place. That's what the problem is. Nobody's coming to her place, and it's a little bit of jealousy.
It's a little bit of jealousy because, yeah, he knew she'd been here forever. And it's a likability thing. It doesn't matter, but there was a little jealousy there and she was angry. She was angry like I'm over here really, literally doing the work and you laying up here sleeping. So I felt her, but why didn't you just get down, sweetie?
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Get
People
down and go home.
that you could have just easily left. Anybody on the panel could have just easily left. But I felt her because, again, I never looked at it that way. Because most people is just there. They there for the entertainment. So if Lemon fall asleep, they know we still gonna be entertained for some hours.
Right.
And so they don't look at it as, oh, y'all up there making him more money now that he done fell asleep. It's like the clock is still running. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's exactly what's going on.
Yep.
That's exactly what's going on. But at what cost? Go ahead, Mama Fifi. At what cost, though?
Yeah,
No,
that's Choreo.
Miss
That's
Toby
Choreo.
was here first. She can go ahead.
Go ahead, Choreo.
Can you guys hear me?
You really low though. Really low.
Okay. I just wanted to add. Can
That's
you hear me
better.
now? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, Mother. I'm sorry. I just wanted to say, add into what you were saying. Last night before last, Lemon fell asleep, and they were probably up there well over an hour, probably over 2 hours alone. It was Lemon's new friends, Jay Dunn, and a couple other people, and Jay Dunn was fighting two of his new friends alone. And so the carryover is probably she's still angry. But what I really wanted to say to go on top of what Mother was saying is that Lemon was asleep after over 2 hours. It was the new guy and what's her name? Tulsa left on the panel. And so what Tulsa did was she went ahead and left, fired up her live, and started streaming Lemon's live at the
Oh
same
my God.
time. And so that's one of the things that can happen too. You see what I'm saying?
I had
She
heard
starts
that, but I
streaming.
couldn't believe it. That really hold on, baby. Let me add somebody on real quick.
Okay.
T Lounge.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing good, love. I'm doing good. All right.
Hey T.
Hey, what's going on? Just waiting my turn. You said something that just sparked my thoughts. So go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, that's all I wanted. I just wanted to piggyback that on top of what
Yeah, I
Mother
couldn't
was
believe
saying.
that,
That's the kind of
Choreo.
stuff that could happen also. Someone can stream your live at the same time and
Which is stealing.
yeah.
It's stealing. I don't care how you look at it. Streaming my live is stealing. It's like siphoning gas out of my car.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. And somebody said something last night. They was trying to be like funny about it. They was like, Tulsa, is you streaming Lemon right now? And I had to laugh because I'm like, I couldn't believe she left her shit to stream his shit. But
I believe it. I like Tulsa, but she out of order.
yeah, that was
Yeah.
out of order. Yeah.
She out of order.
Well, you
Because
know,
you know what? You know what I would do in that case. I told girl I love you, but
You was
wait for
charged.
your paperwork.
You was
no,
charged.
you know what? I think you did that to me. I was really new. I didn't know how disrespectful it was, and I was doing some work in my house. I was like putting up some kind of wall, like I was doing something to my wall or whatever, and I was listening to you in the background. And baby, I don't know, maybe like a couple of days later, my thing was like, doop. I said, oh, okay. And that's when I realized you can't do that. You know what I mean? But
You be playing around. That's literally like going in my house and I left a $20 bill on the table and you decide to take it. Did you? Okay.
Yeah,
right.
I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
You don't know all the rules and regulations or the YouTube etiquette. Like when I first became a YouTuber like 7 years ago on my main channel, I was doing TV show reviews. And one of the shows I was reviewing was like the Housewives, and I had the logo, the Bravo. It was something that I had in my Choreo. I think it's Choreo, or one of y'all got feedback. T Lounge, one of y'all.
Oh.
But I had the logo on my video, and I got struck by the production company, by the who owned the shit, Bravo, whoever, and I was down for 90 days. 90
Yeah,
days on the
that was
channel.
cold blooded.
Like, what the fuck did I do?
Right.
And it just happened that I had posted a picture of one of the housewives, and it had that logo.
Oh.
And this was like 7 years ago though. I don't know if that's still like that now with YouTube, but yeah, I was sat down for 90 days.
That's cold.
Yeah.
She's
And you basically was doing free advertisements for their damn show.
Yep.
Right.
And
But
that's
it
when
happened to Bondi Blue before too.
that's
It
when I
literally happened. I
learned.
think it was Weed. I think it was the Weed channel. It
Mhm.
happened to Bondi Blue. She got a strike for some. It was like the same thing. It was like a logo or something that she used, and they struck her.
Yep, and I didn't know. I was a new YouTuber. I had no idea. But it was that point on. Even if somebody is sitting on my panel and say, "I give you permission to play my shit," I won't. I won't. I
yeah,
won't
but
play nobody nothing on my video.
Right, because Mad Day comes, and people good for
right.
they be speaking one day, then they ain't speaking, and if you ain't got it in writing, you ain't got no talent release. Mm-mm,
Just like
mm-mm.
last
Yeah.
night. Remember when Seven had suggested Lemon not play that lady's intro?
Absolutely, I
Right.
couldn't get to the button fast enough, and Seven said it because I was on my way back out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well, Corio, you forgot one thing. That
What's
night
that?
because Lemon went to sleep about 2 hours last night as well.
Oh my
And
God.
more than 600 people waited for him because I left and went
Mm-hmm.
to one of the channel or the new people that came over. I went over to their channel
Wow, Mama
because they in
Fifi.
UK, so they have a different time. So
Mm-hmm.
everybody was all woke. But that
Mm-hmm.
night before last, when you was talking about choreo,
Mm-hmm.
um, um, the new people got into an argument with Jay Dunn,
Yes, it was
and
bad.
all out of the blue, Jay Dunn exposed someone who had been raped. Said, and it was no need. This person wasn't even in the conversation, but she was on the panel, and everybody know how traumatic and triggering it is for that particular person. Because when it came out, you know, it was really sad. So she had the baby. Jay Dunn had to throw that in there, and I thought that was dirty because that chick had said nothing to
Mm.
Jay Dunn except try to take up for her.
Well,
So
that's what happens when the channel holder isn't on there to regulate their panel.
Right.
Yeah, I
But
saw
wait a
all of that.
minute,
Yeah, I saw
Mhm.
all of that.
Mama Fifi, you got to clock that situation for what it was because I wasn't there, but I kept hearing about all of what had happened last night with that.
uh, okay,
But
let's
here's
be honest. Everybody
Yeah,
else
just
know
let's be honest.
it
Here's
was.
the situation. When you clock the full situation of what actually happened, Jay Dunn knew exactly what she was doing, and she
Yes,
no, let's be honest, didn't have nothing to do with it. She was collateral damage. That
Yes.
was to get at Lemon. She was pissed at Lemon, so she hurt.
yes,
Let's be honest, because Lemon loves. Let's be honest. He calls her cousin. He calls her
yes.
cousin. She is by far his favorite co-host.
Oh
Yes.
He
yeah,
loves her. He really does. That was done. She hurt, let's be honest, in order to get at Lemon. Because if you could break them up, you really tugged at them. Jay Dunn is very calculated.
oh
Very
yeah.
calculated. She know how to get shit moving. And she knew what she was doing. She
It's
knew exactly what she was doing because she had been
sociopath.
corrected about it before.
Yeah, because Catherine Powell got up there and told her, she said, I got an A in psychology, and Jay Dunn is a sociopath. And Seven tried to argue with her and tell her that she wasn't, but Seven was wrong as hell. And I told her, you're wrong. She has all the characteristics of a sociopath.
He's vicious.
Speaking to Jay Dunn. But even that, okay, so that was the day before. So I guess that didn't get under Lemon's skin enough. Last night or early this morning, she threw Lemon's dead brother, mother, threw the
Mm-hmm.
whole family in there. And
Mm-hmm.
Yes, she
he
did.
finally said, and I told him I'm gonna hold you to it, that he's had it. Cause she kept coming up to the back and he would take pictures to show people. He said, I'm gonna show you that she is in my back trying to get back on my panel. after he
Mm,
cussed her out terrible, and she
yeah.
still want to come back. Something
Right.
wrong with that.
It's all a game to her. She thinks that's funny. And she went real low with Lemon. She talked about the dead brother.
Yes.
She um she called his mama a bitch. She before that happened, she kept dragging the one guy's daughter, his daughter, and um somebody else's daughter. Oh, Tulsa's daughter. Queen Tulsa's daughter. She
Yeah.
kept saying that their daughters was white bitches.
Well,
And Lemon kept saying that part. I left because after a while that got on my nerves because he just kept saying, "Stop it, stop it." I'm like, I ain't. That sounds like you dealing with some kids. And she just kept going, and she kept calling those children white bitches, and she just kept on, kept on, kept. She wanted to have it with him. She wanted to fall out with him. She did everything she could to Lemon until Lemon just snapped out. He
But I
finally
don't
just
understand
snapped out.
why
yeah.
he waited so long. She told him that like 1,000 times, just like with the let's be honest, just like with his brother. He had
Yes.
her up there after all that, and then she said something about his brother, and then he cussed her out real bad. We thinking it's a wrap. It's that's it, that's all she wrote. And a little bit later, he added her back on again, and that's when they start when he started talking to her about how she didn't fight and down there at the show. And then,
Mm-hmm.
well, why don't you go fight the one who, unalive your brother? And
Right.
then that was 2 times. Like it's like, mother, when we was talking about earlier about greed,
Mm-hmm.
that's what I saw last night without even knowing what word to use. But you put it very clear. Um, a lot of people is in the chat like, Lemon, why are you? What's going on here?
But
Didn't I tell you to stop? Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
that's
Stop. I
what a
mean, for
lot of
like
people does.
hours. Like,
Yeah, Lemon gives too many chances. What I want to throw in here is that I was in that. I could not sleep. And mother, I wish you would have did a music night, but I was up all night long, so I watched Lemon basically all the night. Not
Oh
that
no, I couldn't do it, baby. I
I,
left. I left. They got on my nerves. I ended up leaving because I was like, mm-mm, all this stop, 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 stop. I left and I went over and did a pre-recorded video. That's why I started to come live and do my other thing on the other channel, but I did a pre-recorded video.
yeah, I
Mhm.
was up all literally. So I watched Lemon's live from almost the beginning until finally somebody probably called him. He finally woke up enough to end the live. Probably like 10 hours. I was just up, and so those two new guys, and Jay Dunn went at it really, 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 really bad. So she was probably still angry. So anyway,
Mm-hmm.
flash forward to yesterday morning, she went live, and she was I wrote in the chat, "You were wrong for what you did to let's be honest," and so she read it and she cussed me out. I was like, I said what I said. You were wrong for that. And she cussed me out. And so finally, when one of the new guys hit the panel, I just went ahead and left. But she was still angry. And I'm gonna be honest, she had all rights to be angry. They talked to her like a piece of crap. But like y'all said, just leave the panel. Don't stay up
yeah,
there and
Right.
and you don't have to fight with these
And
men.
so, but how bad did they talk to her, really, Coria? Because when it all ended, didn't they go over there and get on her
it was
platform?
bad. It was
One of
bad.
them did. Yeah, because Seven wanted to speak to one of them, and so grudgingly she let him up on the panel. Yeah, so he was on Jay Dunn's panel. Yeah, but she
Was it
cussed me out.
Resto?
Yeah,
The one with
Resto.
the purple hat.
Yeah,
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 purple hat. Yeah, purple hat. And I know the
yeah.
T Lounge didn't get to speak yet, so after choreo, I'm allowed the T Lounge to go.
Well,
sure.
I'm finished, and I'm going to jump down. Real Mama Fifi, is a pleasure, Mother. You always know it's a pleasure. T
Likewise.
I've never been on a panel with you, but it's nice. Heard your name before. Nice to share a panel with you. And I'm just gonna mod from the clouds.
All right.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Hmm.
Appreciate you. All right, T Lowens.
I'm gonna drop too because I'm Gary put a perm in somebody's head, so
Okay.
I'm drop down too. But I'm gonna be listening.
All right. Thank you
Okay.
for joining us, mother.
No problem, babe.
All right.
Okay. Later. So yeah, when mother was talking about the whole like the I don't really go over there, right? And it's a lot of new people over there, and I really don't enjoy those type of lives. But I don't understand it. Like even he was saying in regards to like the CCs or whatever, they should take notice for sure. But also the subbies, like if like back in the day, it always happened, every once in a while somebody might fall asleep on the panel. It probably maybe be a panelist or sometimes the content creator, you get a little kiki out of it, but it doesn't happen often. It's not like a daily occurrence. And I'm used to the old sector where people had like talent, not to say he's not talented, but they kind of just respected it a little bit more than just to fall asleep every night and just be like, yeah, y'all run it.
They actually give like commentary and they hold a panel by themselves and they
Yeah.
keep you engaged and entertained. But now it's come to, and nothing wrong with panels, but sometimes we have these panels like, and I'm not trying to compare, but some panels are like mine where we just be over here discussing and stuff like that. Then some panels are really chaotic where everybody's screaming and fighting and cussing and dragging and doxing and then, you know what I mean?
That can be entertaining too.
That can be entertaining too. But it's like, I think what some people say, like what Jay Dunn said, you be falling asleep and you leave people up here to keep making money for you and running your panels, and we ain't getting paid for this shit. But again, we got to go back to, you don't have to be there.
You don't have to be there. Like, I don't understand. You could drop off and just everybody just listen to him snoring. And that's what sometimes would happen a lot of times. People would not sit up there for hours and just let you collect your coin. It'd be like, oh, they fell asleep. And then, you try to wake them up and everything like that. Anybody got their number, so on and so forth or whatever. And then, I'm going to bed, child. Yeah. And then you go over there, so-and-so fell asleep on their panel last night, and they will be up there by themselves. They wouldn't be up there.
I mean, at least get somebody a little something, here $10 little Walmart card, for holding the panel down for me, because you get like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,000 views, and you sleeping halfway through this. Well, not halfway, but you know what I mean. Like, people holding your shit down for hours afterwards.
Right, and then if you're starting off with a panel, it's like you really not doing a lot of work. It takes a lot to, and then Jay Dunn is from that time when and most times she doesn't really have panels, period. So that must be extremely offensive to her. And I'm not.
Well, I heard that before. What you just said, I heard that before about that panel over there is like you not really doing any work, because you can literally just sit there and sleep, or sit there and be on the phone, be outside, be doing this, doing that, while other people is running your panel.
Even just being a moderator. Not a moderator in the chat, but mediate, having the show flow. Like if you're a host and everything like that, just like you just did just now, T Lounge didn't get a chance to speak, so on and so forth, whatever, next person, this person, whatever. If you're doing that, then yeah. But strike up a live, say hey, drop the link, they get to going, you fall asleep. That's wild. But whatever works for you. But I wonder how long it would last, because certain things come to an end. The ones who have like real longevity, they have the ability to keep the people engaged so long, or with others, with friends,
Right.
That's
and I know some people think, I just want to say this real quick. Some people think when we're discussing Lemon that we don't like him. And
No,
I'm not saying y'all, but that's how people, like, I notice sometimes there be people in the chat, why don't y'all let him rock? Why y'all hating on his show? Why y'all? It's like, he's content. It's just what it is. He's content. It doesn't mean we don't like Lemon. I like Lemon. I done told y'all many times, Lemon is my white noise at nighttime. I put Lemon on my laptop when I know I'm about to fall asleep. and I'll sit there and watch until I fall asleep. I wake up at 2-3 times in the middle of the night. He's still playing. Sometimes I'll be like, last night, it was so many key moments. I would wake up to go use the bathroom. I'm literally double over the sink, cracking the fuck up at what I'm hearing on the panel. And then I'll go back to sleep and wake up to him in the mornings. I do like limit. But I mean, sometimes, he give us shit to talk about. And it is what it is, but it doesn't mean that we like him any less just because we're doing commentary. But one thing I do hate though is the over talking on his show. Like that damn Dragons, that damn Simon, that damn the over talking is so bad, and it just goes on and on and on and on and on, and it's like, oh my fucking God, tell that motherfucker to shut the fuck up. It's a lot of things over there that is like bothering, but we still watch. Some of us still watch.
Yeah, I can't get into it. Like when he's on, normally I am trying to get to sleep, and I don't typically listen to anybody from the sector to go to sleep because y'all shit goes left, and I don't want it in my spirit because like you don't know when somebody gonna bring up somebody's essay situation. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be like, let me find.
Yeah, and it'd be crazy. I'll be waking up like, what the fuck is going on now? And I just roll back over and go back to sleep.
I remember one time I didn't play in my playlist for it was like 2 days ago. I didn't play in my playlist for sleep because usually I put a bunch of things in the queue that I want to listen to and fall asleep because I do like white noise too. And baby, I didn't play in that sucker. And I woke up to Tasha K screaming about Trump. I was like, oh, wait a minute, hold on. I said,
oh, hell no, nope.
And my whole day was, and then by the time I got home, what's her name? Miss T. Velocity called me everything but a child of God. I said, oh, see, you know what?
Oh, you're that person. That's you. Oh, shit.
That's the same thing I said when I heard her name because I didn't recognize her. I said, "Oh, you're the T Lounge."
They call you T, right? T Lounge,
yeah,
T.
T or Lady T or T Lounge and all
yeah,
that.
I didn't even put the two together. Oh wow.
You know, lady, Miss Lady. Yes, I was wondering too. Who was the person? Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't think Miss T came back on, did she?
She hasn't come back on, and I've been really, staying out of it, and that's why I was so surprised because I don't know. I honestly don't know what Miss T Velocity is talking about because I didn't say a word about the situation until like I heard Reed, and that was after Miss T Velocity's live. I didn't even watch Miss T Velocity's live. I haven't said anything about them, like nothing in a chat, nothing on my panel, nothing on nobody else's panel. I've been like, ooh, because I liked Miss T Velocity and D and
Queen Diva.
And Queen Diva, and I was just like, oop, I'm not saying nothing, staying out of this or whatever. D came on, I dropped down, said hi in the chat, and I went back to the clouds. And some of it I didn't even finish listening to the whole live. And next thing you know, I'm like, I was like, oh wow, but that's enough for me, you know.
So you were not involved in the preparing for that party, for that event?
It wasn't in her birthday party.
Yes.
I wasn't involved in the preparing for the birthday party, but I attended the birthday party and I would be around Lit Lane. I wasn't really like Lit Lane really was. You remember when she used to play her intro, you know what I'm saying? And even I think her outro, she would have all her mods and they would be on the lane to show their faces and everything. That's Lit Lane, you know what I mean? And then her subscribers are part of Lit Lane too. But we were all moving together mainly off of like One Proud Glamour had a phrase, sisters, my sister's keeper, you know what I mean? And we were talking about my sister's keeper and everything. You know who really I was listening to their commentary and I was like, oh, she was there. Cruiser. I listened to Cruiser's commentary and I was like, she was saying things. I was like, yo, she really was paying attention to us because we mentioned the fact that we would run people's hours up. we would play it from like 3-4 different
I
devices.
play the playlist and things like that's when we used to do. We was talking about that the other day. We used to do that shit. Everybody did to help people get their numbers and get monetized and shit like that. Yep.
And so she was just mentioning a couple of things. I was like, oh yeah, she used to be around and everything. So what happened was, D, everyone makes it like it's about the birthday party. It was just that time period, and people remember, you know what I mean? And we weren't the only ones concerned. So when Miss T Velocity came to me, whether her motive was sincere or not, I took it as sincere. She was saying something about not being able to not knowing how to create a link for StreamYard with just not going live, like just behind the backstage. I can't remember exactly. Like that's the part. Like this is like something that's 5 years ago.
They call it like the back chat or something.
Yeah, the back chat. Like I can't recall why she needed me to create the stream. I believe it was that she didn't know how to do it without going live or something along those lines. And that was also around the time when she had her producer Andres. I don't know if Andre used to run her show, and she didn't really or she got tech help from her son. It was something along those lines, right? But I was like, okay, I'll create this stream. And was it solely about the substances, just the whole bit, like just the whole time period? Yeah, that was going to be discussed as well, of course. If we're talking about, how we want to keep the circle, connected, and at the root is somebody's substance use. Okay, I don't know where the term intervention came in at.
Yeah, that's
I
curious.
wanna say that when we were backstage waiting for Miss T Velocity, I said it. I don't know if it was just deduced, um, I'm a I'm a I have my Case Act certification, so I'm not surprised if I just got to the root of it. You know what I'm saying? Like just summed it up. Like, yeah, this is the
Especially if y'all were really friends and concerned,
Yeah.
I see where you're
I
going.
personally think that people had grievances with Demetra, after supporting, and there was real genuine concern. If Miss T Velocity was genuinely concerned, I'm not going to speak on that.
Right.
Demetra senses that wasn't sincere motive, and there's others that I've spoken to that concurs. So I'm like, okay, I'll stay out of that. I know my intentions, and I was concerned about Demetra. You understand what I'm saying? And I was also concerned that people who really did care for each other weren't speaking. You know what I'm saying? That was my concern. And that's why Demetra's like, yeah, I cussed you out back then and you deserved it, and ain't no beef. You know what I mean? People was like, oh, why isn't she getting it? She's the one who's just, because Demetra doesn't have a problem with my intentions and my motive. That's why. She understands
It's just crazy how all this came back up because
and she understands I understand that I crossed and stepped over a line.
it's just crazy how all this came back up. Like a lot of people, I even heard Jay Wilson, a lot of people didn't remember the stuff about the party. And I mean, when Mitra started playing the video, the all the different cups and the different monogram pieces and all that, it was like, I remember this. I remember this shit went on.
That's another party. That's why Kuza was saying she was calling it birthdays gate, because it
was because I'm up here like, but that right there, I remember all that. I remember that party. I remember that.
I forgot about that one time. I forgot about that one time.
A lot of people did. They forgot about it.
The whole Angie Pool incident.
It's just crazy how a lot of this came back up from a lot of this started coming back up when Demetra had heard Miss Tiva discussing the Halloween contest and the other contest. And then, that's when Demetra, I don't know, it just kind of lit a spark, a fire on something that was dead. And so a lot of people, it's their first time literally hearing about this, hearing about the shit that went with y'all, and hearing about the intervention and hearing about the party and all that. So for some people, this is all new shit. And I know somebody has said something to Brother Jay in his chat, like, this is old shit. Why is people talking about this shit? And he was like, this might be old to y'all, but this is new to a lot of us.
Right. And I guess, it's entertaining. I'm really waiting for this next piece,
What piece are we on now? Is it part 4? Or part 3?
No.
Tiva, I think it's part 3 with Miss Tiva.
It will be part 3 because I remember with the last video, somebody said, "Oh my God, this is only part 2," and
that was only part 2. By the end of the video, I was like, I cannot believe this. No, say it ain't so.
You know why we're really waiting? Because D doesn't usually lie roast or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? She don't come out here with no speculations and no like she's not one of those content creators. So I'm very, very, very curious.
That be spinning the narratives and making up lies. And even Stomp Down had backed up her story. But then Rico came out here, and a lot of people is like, people say Rico don't lie, but Rico has lied about shit in the past. A lot of people been saying that.
Oh, and Demetra has lied too. Tell me, isn't Demetra's nickname Dee Dee Loop Loop?
No, that's somebody different.
Who is Dee Dee Loop Loop?
That's
Dee Dee Loop Loop is Detria.
Yeah.
And her name was like Detria or something like that.
Okay, that's what I thought y'all was talking about.
Deidra or something like that. It's in the title of her. It's in the title of her show, Deidra or something like that.
Okay, that's 2 different ones.
Yeah, they sound similar.
Totally 2 different people.
Yeah, 2 different people, kind of similar.
Okay,
and I can see why you get them. Yeah, I can see why. Thought that.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Charlie said we did a lot back then. Then people got to lying and scamming and hurting folks. So people got burned and stopped helping folks. That is absolutely true, Charlie, because a lot of people over the past have helped people get their numbers and things like that. And then for them to get into it or turn on them or something, a lot of content creators are like, no more. I'm not helping nobody else get their numbers. I'm not doing that. And I haven't necessarily had anyone just burn me like that or not. Maybe one day I'll get to that point, but until then, I still, especially if I see somebody close to their numbers, we done did it. Charlie in the chat, she tell you, okay, while we live today, I'm gonna keep dropping this person's link all through the live. Let's get them their number. Let's get them their number. I still do that. Yep. So
those days kind of stop, but that's good that you're still doing it. But that's all that's and I didn't even feel too much comfortable saying that much, you know what I mean? Except for this, clarifying, creating a link and everything like that. But I don't want to get into them too much. The fact that the fact that Miss T Velocity did that with me, I'm now like fuck her, honestly, because I didn't say a word. You know what I mean? Like when you see 2 people that you like and they start, some people, immediately choose a side, and some people say, I'm going to stay all the way out of it. So I'm not dropping down in your chat and I'm not dropping down in your chat. You know what I mean? And
you're trying to like stay neutral or something.
Yeah, my goal was to just stay neutral until Demetra decided to take her hands off of that lady's ponytail, and we was talking about the next scandal. That was my goal, and so far that was going, pretty good, just stayed in the clouds. I dropped down in Demetra's chat one time when I first heard her talking about it. I dropped down, I said, I remember, no, she couldn't remember the other person that was there. And I was like, it was me. You could blame it on me, right? That was my only thing. I went to the clouds. And then another time she was live, I dropped down because she mentioned fly, pretty say fly. I'm like, I've been wondering where she is. All right, back to the clouds. You know what I mean? And when I'm saying back to the clouds, anybody who knows anything and knows that I be over at both places is going to say, okay, she's going back to the clouds because she don't want. That's the etiquette. We have etiquette, as hood and ratchet as it may be. There's freaking etiquette in this doggone sector, and the etiquette is don't say nothing about them people, you know, and leave it at that.
And VS, you right. She said at that time we all helped everyone who was struggling with issues or financially. Sure did. It was so much money being raised back then for people. Pay this, pay that, pay this, pay that, donate to this, donate to that. It was a lot of that back then. But then, like I said, a lot of people had thought that some people was running scams over the years, and we didn't caught people lying about stuff. And it's like me, I've always been like, hey, I'll support and all that kind of stuff. But all these fundraisers and shit, it'd be times where I'd be over here over the years, even still now sometimes where I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna have to rob Peter to pay Paul. And I don't be up on here every other well, if you could please, I don't want to beg. We get tired of that shit. It's like, come on now, everybody's struggling. Like, but people, they know a lot of people in this sector have big hearts, and they will open their pocketbook, without even thinking about it. And people know. They know it's easy to just get money from the sector.
Oh yeah.
Some people take advantage of it.
Exactly. Let me answer Kimberly Black. Now, Kimberly Black is somebody that's been supporting me she's a day one, right? From my old channel when I had my very first channel, and that got deleted, and then this new channel, and encourages me and everything. And I don't know. My only I decided that either she never liked me and was just kind of placating, or being cordial, and she never fucked with me. You know what I'm saying? I won't say never, but after that situation where she was feeling like, I can't remember why she had, like, there was a fallout, and I feel like it was behind her getting an email about Reed trying to dox her, or I don't know if it was after Reed's camera slip. I can't remember, but it was a point where Miss T Velocity was like, I don't know who is who, so I'm not fucking with none of y'all. You know what I'm saying? And at the time, she, so I realized it ain't this person. That person never did me none. And that was that. But I personally think that somebody went over there and put something in her ear, and she ran with it, not doing no research to see. I ain't said nothing. Because she said, Lady T's over there kicking my back in. Over where kicking your back in?
Yeah, I was wondering too.
I was like, over there. Where? I ain't said nothing. I wasn't even home. I'm like, over there kicking her back in. I ain't said nothing about this lady. So to me, somebody just was like, oh, Lady T over there kicking your back in, and she ran with it. Especially if she didn't see me in her chat. But I'm staying in the clouds. I'm listening like, I ain't gonna say nothing, So
I understand how you feel on that, Picard, because that happens a lot around here too. People hear something and they'll just run with it instead of going back to get the receipts, or hearing it for themselves, things like that. Which we got to do better on stuff like that. We do got to do better on that. If somebody bring you some bones, make sure you know which hole they dug it from, and go back and make sure they got all the bones. Okay, all and got it right.
Bringing back these doggone dry ass bones and stuff. I like meat.
Hey, ladies, what up, QI?
I done ate all the meat, you know what I'm saying, and then seasoned down and all this stuff. But these dry ass bones, I don't understand. And so that's just my thought.
Hey, Kimberly.
But that's still a speculation. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was wondering what happened. That was a good question, Kimberly asked. Like, Yeah,
But
from all indications, you all were friends.
Kimberly knows because she actually supports me. So she knows I didn't she be in those circles. She knows I ain't said nothing. And I don't, if I'm not watching, like this is the thing. If you don't see me drop down at some point, even if I say I fell out the clouds and da 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 da, and I'll say something, or I'll just come in and I'll say, hey, so and so, and hey to the chat. I'm not there. I don't really do the clouds unless it's a situation like this where two people I like are fussing. And the thing about it is I haven't caught T Velocity live when she's been talking about it. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, not for all the videos, some of them, yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I just stayed in the freaking clouds. Like I'm not getting into this. I wasn't in the house. You understand what I'm saying? When Miss T Velocity was live this past day, I didn't know that she said that. Even when she dropped down in my chat, Jay Dunn had to tell me about the fact that she said something slick and nasty about the intro I made for her 5 years ago. And I paid her and I put money in her pocket and all this other stuff. Like I'm out here destitute and everything like that. I'm like,
yeah, they was playing that on pizzas because they was trying to see if Tiva had said that she didn't like it. But I guess what was said was she liked it, but her sons thought it could be better or something. See, I didn't even know the history of that. I didn't know you was out here making intros for people and
but
stuff.
why would you? What was the point in saying that? Because first off, she told me that she liked it, and back then she said that she told me something about her son not caring for it so much. You know what I'm saying? And she didn't. That wasn't a secret between her and I. She wasn't surprising me. I knew that from the beginning. And guess what? I don't care for it that much. I could do way better right now. Everyone knows that too. But back then, that was pretty damn good too, because people wasn't doing intros back then. I did that intro on like what's that? Keynote.
Yeah, that's true. A lot of us did not have intros like that back in the day. We just came on here, did our shit, and, that was it.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm 5 years better at my graphics and editing.
But do you still do I know somebody had asked what's her name? The one who did the party. What's her name? Angie. I know she had said after that she was done doing business with anybody in the sector. Did you feel that way? Or have you ever felt that way? Or do you still do
No,
business or intros?
if people want to, I haven't been advertising it like I used to and everything like that. And it hasn't been like my graphics haven't been discussed, because back then they were being talked about a lot because of what the work I would do for QB. You know what I mean? So a lot of people talked about it more, you know what I mean? But I still do it. People know that I do it. People, compliment me on my editing and my graphics and stuff like that. And so I would do it, you know what I mean? I'm a little leery, but not that much, because after she said that, I posted on my community wall that it's 10% all weekend on intros if you want put up my graphics.
You like, let me get a coin out of all this that's going on.
Yeah, and now I can do custom songs. Yeah.
I ain't mad at you. I get it. Like Jay Wilson used to say, money on the floor.
Right. And I'm a Capricorn. I see all the coins. I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. She mentioned it. And the funny part about it, somebody in the chat was like, I think it's nice.
Absolutely.
So your channel is your name, T Lounge?
The T Lounge, sure is.
Yeah, because they asked it in the chat. I think Charlie.
I like to look at it. I'm not a CC.
I go over there. I do something complete. My channel is completely different. I think y'all would like it. The last I just did a tribute to Quincy Jones. That's the last video up. Yeah.
Let me see if I can.
Kimberly, I gotta get Kimberly. Where I put the on my community wall, where I put the intro.
Let me see.
It's my email. So anybody can.
I found you. Okay, let me drop your link.
I appreciate it.
Okay.
Listen, I'm gonna go get my coffee because I am feeling like I need my cup of coffee.
I know I need another cup too, and I just dropped your lounge. So if anybody wants to go over there to support, please support. And as you heard her say, if anybody hits her up for intros, she's still willing to, get them coins. Okay.
Sure am. And I deliver on time. So, all right.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you all later. Have a good one. Peace.
All right. Have a blessed Sunday.
All right. You too.
All righty. Hey, Kimberly and everybody else who dropped down. I don't think I spoke to Room Shaker. Hey, Room Shaker. DUIY Dwight. I don't know how you say that name, but they said now we're changing the subject. You know how it is. Sometimes we change the subject. When we still here, we still communicating and entertaining, and it is something current. So it's not like we're discussing something that this recently just came back up again. So it's logical to be discussing it. But don't you think, real mamas?
Yes. I was going to ask you, have you seen a Wild Eye Wiley? Because the last time that Lemon fell asleep and Wiley was on his panel, he was dropping his cash app, his channel. He was advertising for himself. Wiley.
Wiley's out.
Oh, I don't know if he's out. I was saying the last time that Lemon fell asleep and left him on. Most people just sit around. Like I said, it was more than 600 people when I came back to check because I was at another channel over in the UK section.
Mm-hmm.
And while I was there, I just checked and saw that Lemon still wasn't back at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And it was about 600 people sitting there waiting for him to wake up. Then about 20 minutes later, he woke up. So when you saw Roe, it was like a half an hour after.
So he was asleep right before that? I didn't even know.
Yes.
That's
He
why
woke up and turned on like it was a commercial break.
That's why I said that, because Treasure Lane was asking in the chat, did he fall asleep again? I said, I don't know, but at that time he sounded like really sleepy. And I had said this would be a good time to go to sleep. And I had came back in when Ro was talking. So I came in right after Lemon woke up. So that's
after he woke up. Yeah. Yeah. He had been asleep more than 2 hours.
And he should have ended the live when he woke back up.
And when he woke up, Dragon and Krista stayed on the stage. On the panel. But Simon was up there, but Simon dropped down. Oh, Simon's a mess. I know he's in the chat, but I don't care. I'm gonna repeat what was told, and Simon admitted to it that he told somebody that he liked Lemon. And we ain't talking about liking like friends.
And see, that's why he was going off on Krista this morning, because she told him that Simon was still out there doing that shit on people's panel. So what do you think about that interaction when he was going off on her, and then Ro was trying to figure out basically, Krista, why is you dealing with this shit? And Krista was acting like, oh, it's okay, it's all right, that shit is so weird to me.
I know what I did wrong now.
Yeah.
You didn't do what you did wrong. It stayed up there. And I like Krista.
And that's what Ro was saying. Like, what did you do wrong? Ro didn't understand. Like,
she didn't do anything wrong. Except continue to stay there and listen to that BS. I don't tolerate rejection well. So if you reject me, I'm gone. You're not going to see me again.
Exactly.
I have a little pride.
But
and I was thinking,
when Rose said, I hate how it feels like you have to walk around here on eggshells. And she just was like, it's okay. It's all right. I just can't be up in any man's faces. I just can't be. Girl, I was up here like.
She wasn't in no man's faces.
That's the thing. Like, I'm up here like, and that's what Rose said. What men? When, where, how? Bro was cracking me up, y'all.
Yeah, he was like the psychologist. up there.
Yeah, they called him Dr. Rowe from the chat. They was calling him Dr. Rowe. I was cracking up.
But yeah, when you saw that, then yeah, he had just come back. And he came back and started talking about what y'all talking about. As if, like I say, as if he had taken a
Guess he just
commercial
went to the
break.
bathroom.
Yeah, and he'd been asleep for hours.
Woo.
Hours. And one day well, the day before when uh, Jay Dunn and the other guys were left up there, they were talking nasty to her. But she was getting what she gives. The guy knew of her. He apparently, from the things that he said, Resto, he's been watching the beef section.
And
So
he
he
been watching
knew,
what people say about her.
yeah, he knew of her actions.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't telling no lie. And I was surprised. I said, damn. He know Jay Dunn. He know her behavior. He talked about that, and the other guy. She is so racist. Jay Dunn she is so racist. She was going off on the other guy. He's biracial. But I told him I don't care. I've had black people that treat me worse than some white people. So I judge people based on how they treat me, not by the color of their skin. But she was no, she was talking about the girl because they're having a debate, right?
Uh-huh.
QI is going to be one of the moderators. When you actually have to verify the answers that they give on a debate.
Uh-huh. The
And I think,
mediator or something like that, or yeah, I know what you're talking about.
yeah, yeah. So I think she'll be a good person for that. In fact, I told Lemon, and Lemon said he had already decided to take her, to
Yeah.
have her
Well,
as
I said
one
moderator. Yeah, moderator. That's what it is.
moderator. Yeah, and that's good. But we don't know who the second one is gonna be. And they went over the topics, but that was after Jay Dunn was thrown off. The whole atmosphere changed after she was thrown off. It was like tension had been lifted up because Krista had already been cursed out. He cursed her. I think he took it too far, but I don't know what was said in the background. So maybe that was how far he had to take it. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yep.
but I'm not
I'm
saying
looking forward to
anything.
that debate. I mean, I don't even know what to expect, being that I never seen Lemon debate before, and a lot of people don't think he got it to give. But I am looking forward to it. But somebody said something in the chat. Kimberly said, "Falling asleep on YouTube isn't new. I remember when VS would go to sleep online. I remember that too, but she did it purposely. She
Oh,
did it
did
purposely. We knew she was going to sleep. She was telling us she's going to sleep. She would put on her onesie and she would turn her back on us and she would fall asleep. And she would be having people in there, sometimes a couple of hundred, just watching her sleep or just talking to each other. But what Lemon does, he falls asleep and doesn't realize he's asleep. And he just leaves all these people on his panel, which could turn into chaos. So the difference in the two is VS didn't have people on her panel, so wouldn't nothing go wrong? Like, you know what I'm
right?
saying? So that's a big difference.
Yeah, she just had the stream open. Yeah,
Right,
because it
right.
was like 870 or so people initially in the chat. So some people did leave, but it was still over 600 when he woke up and started the panel again as if nothing had happened. I was laughing. I said, damn, he got it. I don't know what it is, but he got it because those people sat there and waited, you know.
And then
But
he
the
said he ain't gonna do it again. This is like, okay, so when he said at the beginning of the show when Jay Dunn was going off,
yes,
he said, I won't do it again, and da 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 da. And he started like after he let Jay Dunn up for the 5th or 11th or 20th time, he was like, you ain't gonna keep talking about me, my mama. I apologize, I ain't gonna do it again. I'm gonna do better, but you ain't my mama. So anyway, and then he falls asleep again for a couple of hours later tonight. That is crazy.
yes, because we talked about it. Now I wasn't there when Tracia Lane told him that, But people were writing in the chat, you need to do what Tracy Lane suggested.
And
You
just
need
cut
to
it
do
off.
what he suggested. Then I found out from him saying when he came up here, he had suggested when he's sleepy, um, in the
Just
live,
end
which
the
is what
live.
he should have done.
Just end the live. Is that
He had
simple?
enough hours. It was probably 6 or 7 hours. That
Because
was
you don't
more than
have to
enough.
be on here for. I mean, I don't know if he's trying to set a Guinness Book of World Records, but me personally, I had no, seriously, me personally, I don't care what the fuck is going on. Even my moderators know when it gets to like that 3 hour mark, they be like, all right, hood table, we close to 3 hours, hood table. But if we really, really into a conversation, I'll let it go a little longer. But my max is 3 hours. Now, sometimes over the years it has went longer because you know you just get so wrapped up and you having so much time fun. And I didn't went up to like 5 or 6 hours, but it's like once every 2 3 years. It's not like no everyday thing. But my max is 3 hours because I know after 3 hours, especially if I'm drinking, after 3 hours, I ain't gonna hold you. Ain't no telling what's gonna come out of my mouth. And again, like 3 years ago, I did fall asleep, went to the bathroom, told the people on the panel I'll be back, and went to fuck to sleep. And totally forgot I was live just that fast and went to sleep and woke up the next morning like, oh, the fuck, what the fuck? And thank God nobody did anything crazy on my panel, when I went to sleep. That has never happened again because I learned my lesson. That's why my max is 3 hours.
That's smart. You have a max. I have a question. I don't know. I was told though that if YouTube, if you left your panel um without anyone on it and YouTube just happened to monitor it, that they could do something that was against the law. Is that true to
Well, I
you?
heard they used to say something like that in the past. That's why some people, when they do that, especially if they just trying to run their hours up, they'll have like some music playing in the background, or they'll have like some videos, some intros playing in the background, or they'll have like running water, some sound effects, some type of, so it ain't making it seem like
Okay.
even though that's what you're doing, but if you got content on there, they can't say shit about it. But yeah,
Okay.
people been doing that for years. That was people do, girl, child. Yeah.
Well, they had two people up there. They weren't talking. But because Krista and Dragon, they stayed until
Yeah,
he
as long
came
as there's
back.
somebody up there, then it's good. Now, if it's just looking at a blank screen or something, I'm sure YouTube might. If I don't know. I'm not
Well,
even.
that has happened because there was a time when I was up there and I left, and later on, everyone left, and there was nobody up there. Then that's when somebody told me that I should have stayed up there because somebody's supposed to stay on the panel.
Oh,
That is
that
not
might be
supposed.
true. It might be true. Oh,
Yeah.
I said she bought some of that nasty Taylor Port. The first time I heard about Taylor Port was actually on Deanna's Verbal Assassin on Deanna's. And it was probably about, I don't know, a year. It was way before Lemon started talking about it. So it was probably 2 years ago. And Deanna had showed a bottle of Taylor Port. And I took a screenshot because I was like, one day I'm gonna, try that out because Deanna liked it or whatever. And I was like, I ain't never heard of Taylor Port. So I just took a screenshot so I could have it in my files. And then when Lemon started his own channel, he was always talking about Taylor Port. I still never bought it. So I don't know what the hell it tastes like, but it's supposed to be some type of wine, also mixed with some real liquor. I guess that's what it's supposed to be. I just can't imagine what that tastes like, the wine and liquor.
Right, because I mean, it got to be strong. It started with Ness. Ness was drinking it, and then, you know, Lemon started drinking it. But I thought about it. I mean, not to drink it. I don't want to drink. But I was imagining it because of the people, the way they act after drinking it. The teleport was equivalent to MD double 20, which was
Oh,
horrible.
because that's basically what that is. MD 2020. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Yeah,
It's like
that's
a wine with a little
horrible.
liquor in there. Ugh. And we only drunk that shit back in the day because we was broke.
Right.
And it got you. It
Yes.
got you to
Oh.
where you needed to be. But
But yeah. So okay, I'm gonna stop running my mouth. I enjoyed being up here. I'm gonna get down so Jay Dunn can come on down
well,
and give
thank
you
you
her part.
for joining us. I appreciate it.
Yeah, because I know she's not gonna come down when I'm here.
I don't
Um,
even know if she's in the clouds, but I don't know.
Probably many
That was
times
just
that
a
she
lot
hit the.
last night. I mean, I understand. Like, I know a lot of people don't like Jay, and a lot of people wouldn't dare let her on her panels and things like that. I still like Jay, but it is some things that I believe that we have to do when it comes to other people's panel. If somebody asks you not to do something on a panel, whether it's me, Lemon, VS, Mother, whoever, from the smallest to the biggest YouTuber, if they don't want something done on their panels, we have to respect it. And so that's
Yes,
what a lot of people was getting upset about last night. They was like, Lemon, why is you allowing her to keep doing exactly what you're telling her not to do? And like when she was talking about them kids, and she just kept saying it over and over and over.
yes,
And people in the chat was like, Lemon, like, drop her, put her down. Like, people didn't understand. Like, Lemon, how many times do you have to tell somebody to respect your panel? And then he kept bringing her up and bringing her up and bringing her up, and she kept doing the same thing that he was telling her not to do. So it was kind of weird to me, and that's why when Mother mentioned greed, as far as greed will make you lose your channel, I can't think
yes.
of no other reason why he kept allowing her up there except for the clicks and views and the content.
She
But if I
paid.
tell somebody to
Jay
quit
Dunn
talking
paid.
about children on my panel, if I tell somebody to quit being vulgar with different races or the LGBT community, and they keep, I'm gonna drop them. So I didn't
Yeah,
understand why Lemon just kept. And I'm not saying, I'm like I said, I like Jay, but if this was Jay, if this was me, if this was you, if this was anybody else, like, why didn't you just drop them? Like, that part didn't make no sense. Either
yeah,
what it made it look
yes.
like to some people was you are cool with it because you keep letting her do. How
Because
many
you
times did
allow
she
it.
have to talk
That's
about?
true.
Let's be honest. How many times did she have to talk about the white kids or mixed kids or whatever the parent calls them? You know, because hey, them your kids. If you say they mix, they mix. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
how many times did that have to happen? You know what I mean?
See?
Like it was
Yeah.
weird. But anyway, that's all. That's all. That's all. It was weird.
All right. So I'm gonna get down. She'll
All right,
probably.
love.
All right.
All right, talk
Nice
to you
talking
later.
to you. Thank you.
All right, have a good Sunday.
I will. Bye bye.
All right. You like brown? Oh, I heard of brown sugar bourbon too. Matter of fact, you know what, Diva? I'm lying. I've heard of it and I had it. I heard of it and I had it. You know what, Diva? There's this place. We got this warehouse that sells just liquor. I mean, any kind of liquor ever created: wine cooler, beer, chaser, mixers, whatever. We have a warehouse like that. It's like big as Walmart. And I mean, it's so much. You just, if you like liquor, you just up in alcohol heaven when you go there. But anyway, me and my homegirl had ran across that liquor a couple of years ago. And it was during it was like right after the Rona, when it started to kind of die down with the Rona numbers and shit. And we ain't been out the house in a minute. We was like, let's go to the mall. Let's go here. We passed that place up. And I was like, let's go here. I heard they give good discounts because it's kind of like a discount liquor store too. And we saw that and we was like, that sounds really good. So what had happened was we bought a big bottle and then we kind of split it. Like I poured something and put like a top on it or something. And she took the bottle or whatever. And I was drinking that shit and that shit was good. You just like literally brought that back to my memory. So I'm gonna have to get me some of that because that shit was good. Like for real, for real. If y'all ain't tried that brown sugar bourbon, yes, yes, sir, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am, yes, sir. That is good. Yep, a wholesale liquor store. And it's about as big as Walmart. I was like, damn, I'm looking all around like, whoa, like this is a lot of liquor in one place. If you having big parties, like I would have parties and barbecues and things like that all the time. And if you having things like that, go to one of those stores. You can just get everything just at a discounted rate. It's so worth it. It's especially if you're having a party and you need to buy a lot of liquor. It's yeah. You get some good rates. But yep, I'm about to get off of here because, like I said, I only got 2 hours and I got to start my work day. I'll be working all through the night, y'all. And then the rest of the week, I'm working all through next week and next weekend. And just trying to get, this is a time of the year. I told y'all before, this is a time of year. Most people know I'll be really busy at the end of the year working and doing like 10, 12-hour shifts. Today, I'm doing a 10-hour shift. And then tomorrow, a 12. All the rest of the week is 12s. So if I come on here throughout the week, rest of the week, it'll be after like 7 or 8 in the evening if I do come on live. But of course, I'll be watching, I'll be in the chat supporting you guys, while I'm working throughout the day. But yes. I'm about to get on here and get to grinding, y'all, and get some more coffee into me. And I don't know, I might order me some breakfast because obviously I ain't cooked or nothing. I just woke up and jumped right on here. So I might order me some breakfast. But other than that, you guys, I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. I hope you guys have a blessed week. If I don't see you or talk to you soon, I hope you have a blessed week and be safe. Hold on, let me read this. Thank you, Corio, for dropping the cash app. QI said, I'm glad y'all came on, woke up too early and was bored for a Sunday. Oh, thank you. I hope we kept you entertained this morning, QI. Thank you so much. You said I do 12s every week. Yeah, I only do 12s routinely towards the end of the year. Now, sometimes throughout the year, if we get busy, of course, they be like, hey, we need y'all to work overtime. But it's usually towards the end of the year through like February. From like October through February. That's usually when we get really, really busy. So yeah, it is what it is. It's good for the pocketbooks, but it does make you really, really exhausted sometimes. Okay. So anyway, but yeah, so thank you guys for tuning in. Please make sure you like and share the video. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel if you are new here. Please and thank you very much. Also, we do have memberships. So if you want to join the membership, please feel free to hit the join button as well. And if you want to donate to the commentary or donate to the platform, please just hit the Cash App, $ the Hood Table 402. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate you guys. And as always, stay safe, be blessed, remain vigilant at all times, and always remember to keep it hood. I'm out.